Hey everybody, this is Ashley with Publish with Ashley. Make sure to subscribe, like, make comments on my YouTube channel, and also make sure to check out my website, publishwithashley.podia.com. And I've got lots of free goodies. I've got, you can sign up to my mailing list and get some like ideas and niche ideas for low content books. And I don't send out too many emails, so don't stress. I am a busy person, and I like to give out free stuff and kind of contact you when I have stuff going on. All right, so as promised, I know people wanted to know how to make digital coloring books. So I have here opened on my screen Goodnotes. This is what makes the idea of the digital coloring book work. You can also do digital coloring books for like Procreate and stuff. And we can talk about those in another one, but I'm going to talk about Goodnotes because it has linking features, and I'm going to walk you through and show you how to do that. So where can you sell these? You do end up having the product saved as a PDF, so but it has links and various things. So this isn't really a KDP thing, it's more of an Etsy thing. I have some on Etsy. So I'm going to click you over to Etsy, and I put digital coloring books Goodnotes. People are really into Goodnotes, okay? It is an app like you saw on the previous page. That's kind of what the magic makes. They can import the PDF into Goodnotes, and then planners. Like if you just Google digital planners Goodnotes, and I promise you'll get a ton of stuff. But what this is it's actually something they could print, as they could just print it as a PDF, or they could actually import it into Goodnotes, and then that way they can take advantage of the linking features, or just if they want to go paperless, it is something they can do as well. All right, so this is kind of just some of the various things, and you can see that most of these really are not meant necessarily for Goodnotes, but there are a few. It's just something kind of different. I definitely think if you go this way with Goodnotes and coloring, you should maybe try on the planner niche, and that's what we're going to talk about. So here's kind of one I thought that was fun. So this one was coloring pages that are like habit trackers for different months. And you could print them, they said, or you can download them, or you can upload the PDF into a digital. See, like, let's click on this. So use digital or physical. So print or use on a tablet. So that's kind of what you can do with these, and so you can sell these. So I was going to create something like this just to demo and show you how this process works. I'm going to do this on PowerPoint because I know I can do links on PowerPoint and create links, and I am not. No, this one doesn't have links, this particular example, but one of the things I do like about using my Goodnotes app on my iPad with my iPad pencil is that I can move around and jump around really easily without having to go back and forth and flip all the pages. I'm going to show you how to do this. Let's see, here it is. Okay, so I've started this, so you don't have to watch me do all of it in painstaking detail, but this kind of shows you how to create this in PowerPoint. And so what I'm going to do is I have this yearly habit tracker, and this is kind of my main page where habits I want to track each month, so that they can put down what they want to track each month, and this kind of gives them the overview. And what's nice is they can start this at any time, right, and go back, or they can reuse these pages. So I didn't date it. I was actually considering maybe putting the date here, like a year, but I haven't. So what this is basically I've taken a mandala, however you say that word, and inserted on the page as a background, and then I've had this little habit tracker that I got and put the month. And here you'll see this home. So what happens is if I, in here in PowerPoint, if I hit Control click, it takes me back to this sheet. So in Goodnotes, the person could tap on that home button, the little sunflower, and it will take them back to the sheet so that they could look at all of them. So I'm going to show you and demonstrate two links. So how I did this, what I would do is actually do different backgrounds on here. So I would actually just create these pages and then I would duplicate it. Okay, so I have this one page created, and then you can put Control D really quick to duplicate. And then you would just, I'm going to move this here, so we have January, February, and then this would be March. So I'm not going to demonstrate for all of them because I don't want you watching me just do that, because I want this to kind of be quick. So how I created this page is basically, and we'll just start from fresh so I can show you one. But once I've created one, I would just duplicate and then change the month and then change the background. So first thing I would do is actually, I would insert a picture, this device, and I have it so hopefully it opens up to kind of what I've set up for you guys. I would just pick one of these and hit insert, and then wait for it to do that. And then I actually just make these bigger so that it covers the whole screen, and then I'm just going to kind of center it there. And I like to crop it. You don't have to really crop it. Okay. You don't have to, because when it saves as a PDF, it won't, but I like it. I like to see the page and where the page is and that sort of thing. Okay, and then I hit crop. There we go. It's pretty. And then I would take, and I'm going to insert picture from this device, and I have my little tracker, simple tracker here, and I'm just going to click on it and then insert it. And then I'm going to make it like about that size. I mean, you could make it bigger. The nice fun thing is they can color the outside, but you just kind of want it centered so it looks even. Okay. And then I'm going to insert some text, right, for my month. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. And I'm going to move it. Let's see. This is April, let's say. And I'm going to center it. And then I'm going to change the font. I think I've been using this. And I'm going to move it up. And I'm going to make it 36. So like I said, once I make the first one, I'm going to copy them so that everything kind of, like these would be in the same. And then what I would do is just change out the backgrounds so that they would all have a different background. But that way I wouldn't have to go and fiddle with all this and redo it all, because there's no real reason to. You'd want it to all be the same style and that sort of thing. So I want my April to stand out, so I'm going to hit Shape Fill and white, and then that way that the April stands out. And let's see, yeah, 36. Okay, so there we go. How many days are in April? January, 30 days, half September, April. So there's only 30 days in April. So what I would actually do is, because there's a 31, you could leave it, but people might be like, oh, it says April, why is there 31? This is kind of the cheesy way to fix it, but it works. I'm gonna create kind of like that. I'm going to fill the shape with white, shape outline white, and then I'm just gonna position it over it to like hide my 31. Like maybe like that, or oops, undo. There you go. You get the idea. I might move that out a little. And then maybe I'll... Okay. Oh, that looks pretty good. There. So, see, you can you can make it pretty just by kind of fiddling with that. So there's a shape right here. Okay, so now also what I want to do is I want to make this link back. So I'm going to get... I'm going to insert... picture from this device, and I think I have saved my little, I didn't save it in here, it's somewhere else. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go over here and copy this little sunflower. Control C. Okay. Normally I'd insert it, but since I don't want to waste time watching you help me find it, I'm just going to copy paste it in here. And what you're going to do is, like I said, once you make one of these pages, all the links will work. Now I'm going to insert some text and say home. So down here, and it's going to say home. I'm going to center it. I'm going to change my font to this. Oops, I got to click the box. Okay, so now I got to change the font. There we go. I'm going to bold it. I'm going to move it here and kind of like that. Maybe I won't bold it. It looks too bright. There we go. Oh, I guess I bolded it on the others. I don't know. Anyway, maybe it's just because it's one bigger. There we go. So now I'm going to zoom in just so you can see and I can see what I'm doing. Okay. You know, center that maybe. Okay, so now it's centered. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a shape. And I'm going to use a little square or rectangle or whatever. And you could do a circle, I guess, too. It's just got maybe a circle would be better. But you just want to basically, where that home is, have a shape. What I'm going to do is I am actually going to click on it, right click on it, okay, with the mouse, and I'm going to hit link. And I know it's blue, it's fine. I want to have it linked to slide 1, right, to this slide. And then I'm going to hit OK. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that transparent. So no fill and no outline. So see, my box is there and it says slide 1 because it's going to click, but it's not going to do, it's transparent. So that's how you basically make the link. So now when I click on here and Control and click on it, it goes to here and it goes to this page. And now what I would do is I would actually, insert a shape. I'm going to insert, again, the square, rectangle, and like that. And I'm going to show you how to link to the other way so that they could link the other direction too. So right click on it with the mouse, I'm hitting link, and I am going to connect to slide 2, which is January, right? So February would be slide 3, March, slide 4. And now that connects to slide 2, so you can hover over it and see that. And now I'm going to make my shape fill, no fill, and the shape outline, no outline, so it's invisible, but it's still there. Okay, so that's what you basically do. You go through and create all these pages, and you can make it. So like I said here, what I would actually do is once I've made my template, see, let me make it, bigger, I would actually click on this and hit Control D, and it duplicates it, and then I would fix it. So April, this would be May, and since I've already made this, this still will go back to slide 1. Okay, so it will still, when I duplicated it, it still sends it back to slide 1. So that's good because I don't have to redo all that work. And then what I would want to do, right, is delete that and insert a new background. So let's just pick this one. I don't care. It's going to be on the front, so I'm going to send it backwards. And maybe I'm going to make it bigger so that you don't see those little lines and stuff. So something like that. And let me move it over. I'm using the arrow keys because if up, down, and stuff, you can move stuff over. And then I'm just going to crop it so I can make sure that it looks nice down to my page. Go down here. Oops, that was not cropping. Undo. The undo button is a great button. And I think That's where the page is. So crop. Okay, that's close. I might fiddle with it to make that line go away or something like that. But there we go. I have an interior. And you can set this up. And so they can print these. This is be an 8.5 by 11. I have set, so if you don't know how to do that, set up the slide size. You can hit design, slide size, and then you have 8.5 by 11. So that way it would print on paper as an 8.5 by 11. All right, so now I have that. So all I've done is, like, once I create one, right, I can fix it. And then May has 31 days, 30 days, half September, April, June. Yeah, so I would want to delete that and make sure I had 31. So then I would just go through and make the rest of the months, and then this connects back. If I hit control, it goes back here. And then I would fix these. This January has one, but I would do that linking again. So let me show you one more time the link. I'm going to click on inserts. And you don't want to link the text. For some reason, that just doesn't work, linking the text box. Sorry, I'm talking and thinking. Inserting a shape, you don't want to link the text, you want to make a new box. It's cleaner and it seems to have less glitches. I haven't linked them yet, but I'm just going to make it invisible. And then I'm going to link it. There we go. And I'm going to link it to, let's see, February was slide 3. And I can check February. Okay. There we go. Now this will, when I control, it'll click. Okay, so the great thing about this is it doesn't, if you do it this way with the home and make it pretty and stuff like that, it doesn't necessarily take away if someone was going to print it. So you'd want to think of that if someone's going to actually print it, you don't want it to be something that's going to take away from their printing. Or you could also make it a separate one and take out the links and stuff like that, so that they don't have like a home or anything like that. They could just print it. But you're just going to go through and finish and make the rest of the pages. So I hope that was helpful. The magic, remember, is Goodnotes. People import this into Goodnotes, and if they're a Goodnotes user, they probably know how to import things. You can definitely get some directions on that. Just Google Goodnotes and they have directions on why isn't my import working or something like that. And then you can offer those directions when your download, so if someone has trouble, or give them a web page that they can go to if they're having trouble so that they can do it themselves. And yeah, that's kind of how you do that. Now how we save it, remember you're going to hit File, Save As, and you're going to save this as a PDF, okay? So that's what you need to do to make this work. Save as a PDF. You want to do more options. It doesn't really matter too much, but if they print it, it does. Save options, advanced, instead of high fidelity, 330 or 300 PPI is good for print. So that's what you want to save it as. You can just save it into, whatever you want and as a PDF. But that's the idea. So you're going to create it in PowerPoint and then save it as a PDF. And the PDF is what you're going to actually put on your Etsy store so that someone can download and use and import that PDF into Goodnotes. And the links will still stay there in the PDF. So don't worry about the links disappearing. That's why we do these the boxes instead of actually clicking on the text box and making the text link. For some reason in that process, it doesn't work as well. You get glitches. So creating that box instead of just linking from the text, it just works better. So that's just why I suggest doing it that way to make it better. All right, so that's kind of how you make this, and hopefully that was helpful. You can definitely put these on Etsy. There might be some other sites, or definitely your own site if you have something like that. But this is something that you can sell and create and use on Etsy. There's so many ways you can do it. You just have to be creative and think of different ways that you can use this idea of creating digital products for Goodnotes. If you look up digital planners, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff on digital planners and Goodnotes. but this kind of gives you some other ideas of things you can possibly create for people who are Goodnotes users, because there's not, other than planners and making your own stuff, there's not a huge amount of stuff out there, but a lot of people like this idea of going paperless and being able to use their smart pen on their device, and yeah, so I hope this is helpful, and I hope you had, if you have any questions, let me know, leave comments, and I will get back to you and try and answer your questions. Thanks so much.